Welcome to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Every week, you can have the conversations you've always wanted to have about the films you love.
Shut up!
We're gonna get you, not another peep.
Get rid of your distractions and prepare yourself.
Then lock your door. 5, 6, gonna crucifix.
You got a big surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere.
Welcome everybody to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Danny Bonin here with you.
And Scotty Bonin with you guys.
We are
The Blood Brothers.
And
The Rob.
Yeah, baby.
O'Neilio.
Sexy.
Coming at you live from Anna Marie Island.
Yeah.
That's right.
Heck yeah. Skyping from the cellular phone.
Must be nice to be an elitist calling in from an island.
Hey man, it is. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Check out Rob's Facebook. He's got the beach pictures, the ocean.
What'd you
view.
have for dinner tonight? More grilling?
No, we didn't grill out tonight. There's like this little Italian like restaurant, or it's like Italian like takeaway, almost like, and this couple from like New Jersey who live on the island opened it up. It's like super authentic Italian. So we had lasagna. We had lasagna and salad.
So you're gonna have the clay consistency shits tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, and heartburn.
Oh, good old HB.
Little Tums action will help solve that.
I already feel the acid reflux.
That brings us to
Salem's Lot, 1979.
Salem's Lot.
I was not anticipating a 3-hour mini series. I always thought this was just a movie.
I've seen it.
It's a miniseries.
I've seen it before and forgot that it was a miniseries. And so when I said, "Yeah, let's do Salem's Lot," and then I left like an hour and a half to watch it last night, and then I realized it was 3 hours. I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm going to watch the other half."
Yeah.
Today.
That's what I do. I got home and watched like an hour and a half.
Yep.
And then, but yeah, I mean, that's Stephen King's specialty, it seems like. Miniseries. He did It miniseries. He did The Shining miniseries.
They did it with his stories.
But yeah, because his books are so long.
I really like this movie.
I like it too.
I really like it.
I definitely liked it too. Yeah.
Well, I know it sounded like Rob didn't like it when he was talking about it.
No, I did. It's just I forgot it was a miniseries.
And it's hard when you're on Anna Marie Island. You have the ocean there, and it's hard to sit down and watch a 3-hour miniseries.
No, it's easy when you have the ocean there and you're sitting on an island.
187 minutes. Yep.
But it was very good, and I was actually pleasantly surprised to see Bonnie Bedelia. So I was
who's shit. That? Is that the main? Is that the girlfriend, Susan?
Susan, yeah.
Yep.
That's Mrs. John McClane to you.
Ah, yes. Mrs.
John McClane.
That's right. I do recall. Yeah, this movie it just had some awesome 80s feel to it, because just all the decor and the cars and the clothing and it just takes you back.
I just love the soundtrack too. It was
a good soundtrack.
Creepy, the sounds, the big trumpets, the like heartbeat, it's kind of Shining-esque a little bit, but it keeps you going,
It's that guy. Well, first of all, I thought the acting was good. Mm-hmm. I thought it was good acting, especially from the main guy,
David Soul.
Yeah, David Soul
playing Ben Mears.
What's crazy is this movie is either very, I can't say it's underrated, but it's a little hidden gem. Like I'm a huge, my mom is too. We're all big Stephen King fans, and Salem's Lot always just sneaks by. Like, I never hear much about it. It's always It or The Shining or Rose Red or
and this
all
was
these
his
other ones, but this is just as good.
This was his second.
I agree with you.
Second published novel. Was
Was
Salem's
it?
Lot. Yep.
What was his first?
I don't know. Maybe Carrie.
Carrie.
Carrie. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I knew that.
So, and at the time it came out, it was the longest horror movie ever made, and the longest. Well, was it then longest horror movie and longest? Well, I mean, obviously vampire movie, but I think it was the longest horror movie when it came out. So, because they did splice it together. Well, for the version I watched was spliced together, but then they did release it overseas as a film, and I think they cut some parts out of it though and made it a little bit shorter. So yeah, but it was. They even released it. What is it in Spain? Under the title, what I have it written down here, Phantasma 2 in Spain, and they tried to play it off as a sequel to Phantasm.
Really?
Even though it had nothing to do with it whatsoever.
So was the first Phantasm before this?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah, I think the first Phantasm was like 77 or something.
Yeah, I forgot the date. Because what date? What was this? When was this?
79.
It was
79.
Okay.
This was 79.
Yeah, I guess I said 80s vibe, but it is more of a 70s vibe with what he's wearing. And
Well, it's 79, almost 80, so it's kind of got a little bit of both in there.
yeah, but yeah, I thought it was good acting. The one guy's recognizable, who played the grave digger.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
That was Mike. Yeah. Mike, you're right.
But I think he was in Devil's Rejects, I think. Something else.
Yeah.
Or
Lance.
House of a Thousand Corpses, one of them.
No, that's not Lance Kerwin. Jeffrey Lewis.
Yeah.
Mike
yeah.
Ryerson.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, no, Phantasm was 79, too. But it was right before this.
Well, so but they could have released this once they spliced it together overseas like a year later or something.
Yeah, I'm sure it probably took them a while to re-release or to do this in Spain from a mini series on CBS.
Yeah.
They may have not got their hands on it until 81 or something. Who knows?
When while watching this last night and today, I did recall watching it as a youngin'. Although
I do remember that, too.
I only remember certain scenes, and I knew they were coming. I of course remember the boys floating at the window, scratching.
Oh,
the
yeah.
window.
Like scratch tapping.
Yeah, yeah, scratch tapping.
I wonder if I did watch this as a movie, and it was maybe the cut version, because I know like you said, there are certain scenes where oh, I've seen this. Like I know I've seen this, but watching it in the miniseries format, it just doesn't feel like the same way that I saw it.
I think I rented it though. I think I rented it, and
I remember
on VHS,
watching it with you.
and it was probably a double tape, and we watched both tapes. Because I remember that part. I distinctly remember the guy in the rocking chair, vampire.
Yep, which was Mike, right? Which was Jeffrey Lewis.
Yep. I think those were mainly.
And I remember the monster.
Yeah.
The main monster with the two long front fangs or teeth.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna be for Halloween next.
The Nosferatu.
Because he's bald. Yeah, he is. They call him the monster in this, but he is like the Nosferatu. I mean, that's.
I can hear Rob
the
breathing.
idea. You just ran up a hill, huh?
I can hear him breathing. He's like Rudy.
Don't make fun of Rudy.
Are you standing right now, Rob? Are you standing up?
He's probably laying on his back.
I'm laying in bed watching my 600-pound life on mute.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Danny, you're right. So Jeffrey Lewis was in the Devil's Rejects. He was also in Double Impact. Van Damme.
That's right. Yeah, he's the
Oh, that was such a good movie.
Double Impact.
He's in Way of the Gun.
Way of the Gun is an awesome movie
Bronco
too.
Billy.
By the way, have you started watching Jean-Claude Van Johnson on Amazon Prime? It's awesome.
No, everybody's telling me to watch it.
Yeah, I only watched the first episode. I didn't keep watching.
I got to see it too.
It's really awesome though. I had already seen the first
hilarious.
episode when it came out, but it's funny.
Yeah, he's in a bunch. Maverick, tons of stuff. But very familiar.
What was I? Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, fuck! What was I gonna say? Well, You said you liked the vampire guy. He was actually, I guess he's different in the book. Have you read this book, Rob?
No. I have it actually. Now that I think about it, I have that and a lot of other ones, but I've never read it.
Yeah, in the book, I guess the vampire is more of a suave, talking, gentlemanly vampire. And they did remake I didn't know this. They remade this movie in like 2013 or something with Rob Lowe.
2004.
2004?
Yeah, but didn't they call it like Return to Salem's Lot?
No. That's a weird ass sequel that was made in '87, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. But so the reboot or whatever was Rob Lowe.
The reboot is another miniseries, and it's Rob Lowe, and Rutger Hauer plays the vampire, and
ooh.
Yeah, and there's another name in it too that I forgot, playing the dad or the priest or something. But yeah, so when they did that version, Rutger Hauer plays a vampire and he talks and is sophisticated, and so they stuck with what King said, and King wasn't happy with the choice at first, but then he saw some of the footage and then did agree, thought it was pretty cool, and quoted as saying that the look of the creature is so terrifying that it makes you focus on the main characters more. So,
okay.
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, he okayed it. Well, I don't know if he had to okay it. He probably didn't have to. But also, George Romero was asked to direct this first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then Toby Hooper got it.
Yeah, George Romero was asked to direct it, and then when it came out that they decided to do a miniseries, Romero declined, saying that he would feel too restricted since it was going on television.
So yeah, this obviously never wasn't in theaters. It was just straight to TV.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It looks like the second
that's not
time Romero's
Romero's.
turned down a Stephen King movie.
Yeah.
What else did he turn down?
Didn't he turn down one other, but then he picked up Creep Show? I can't remember. Was it Children of the Corn or
maybe so?
Christine
We said that
or
before.
something?
Yeah, I can't remember. But
Donald Sutherland was in the 2004 one.
Yes, Donald Sutherland.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, good old DS.
Yep.
So, yeah, he was in that. So I might have to watch the 2004 one now.
James Cromwell as well. Anyways,
I
don't know if it.
check
Yeah,
out.
I think I'll check it out. But this one is just such a classic. Even though there's not like a lot of big names in it and stuff, I thought they all did great, and I just love these types of movies, and I don't think that would beat it. I don't know. I guess I can't say that. I just like the feel of this.
Well, it
this
wasn't
older movie.
It wasn't cheesy acting like you normally get in a lot of these late 70s horror movies. It was actually pretty good. The acting was, and especially for a TV miniseries. Usually, the acting in that isn't the best.
Yeah, you're right.
Sometimes.
I even like the guy that played Straker, James Mason.
Like Danny, what's his name in the Shining miniseries?
Oh, Cortland Mead.
Cortland Mead, yeah. And
It's horrible.
And Tony, floating holograph Tony. You get these horrible actors in there.
God.
Thank God that the performance was halfway saved by Weber.
Yeah, Weber's good.
But
I thought the wife was pretty good in the miniseries
she
too.
was all right.
Yeah, but
Rebecca De Mornay is way more than all right, sir.
Yeah, but I do like the girl in this. What's Susan's name? What's her real name again? The girl that plays Susan.
Mrs.
Bonnie
McLean.
Bedelia.
Bonnie Bedelia.
Yeah, Mrs. McLean.
Bonnie Bedelia. Mrs. McLean. John McClane's wife.
She, there's a Edward Jones advisor in our town that my buddy used, and his name was John McClane.
Oh, that's awesome.
But he was annoying as fuck and nerdy.
Oh yeah.
He always had white shit in the corners of his mouth.
I bet John McClane in real life probably is annoying as fuck, though.
Those people that just have dry mouth and always have white shit in the corners of their mouth. Oh man. And then when you're talking with them, that's when you're talking with those people. That's all you can stare at is the white shit in the corners of their mouth. You're like, God damn it! Can I wipe that for you?
We haven't talked about Fred Willard yet.
Oh yeah, Fred Willard.
Fred Willard in there
Played Larry Crockett, Mr. Crockett.
Yeah, young Fred Willard. He did pretty good.
Yeah, he
Almost got his face blown off by a shotgun.
Yeah, he almost did. Yeah, he got caught with the truck driver guy's wife.
Which that guy seems sort of familiar, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just remembering him from when I watched this when I was like 11 years old.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of funny seeing Fred Willard. He's just like the same character almost as he in like this that he was an Anchorman and you know his Best in Show and stuff. So it's funny to see him. I wonder. So he must have been pretty young in this then.
Yeah.
I wonder how old he is now. Your internet's too slow for me to look it up.
My internet is so fucked right now.
Yeah.
It's only working for my computer for some reason. Shannon's iPad or computer, both of our phones, nothing will load. So
Yep.
I got to call CenturyLink and ask him what the hell's going on. Did I mention,
You're such
Rob?
a fan of CenturyLink,
Rob,
too.
did I mention that I fucking hate CenturyLink?
Yeah, it's just so bad right now. I can't do what I usually do on the podcast.
I have to just make my annual or periodic statement about CenturyLink for those of you listening. If you ever are faced with the choice of getting CenturyLink or something else, always get something else. CenturyLink is the
No matter
worst
what it is.
fucking company ever. Their internet is fucking horrible.
Well, at least out here it is. It's not that great. My house is okay.
No, it's horrible. It's always horrible.
It's not. Yeah.
I would pay 4 times as much through Xfinity if they had it here, rather than have CenturyLink.
Can you get isn't there another broadband communications that come out here?
Satellite internet is just as bad as CenturyLink.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you guys. People are like, Xfinity.
It's hard to believe.
People are like, Xfinity's so expensive. Well, that's because it's 10 times better than CenturyLink or any other competitor.
Yep.
No, Xfinity's well worth it.
Yeah.
I'm even down here in the islands, and I have Xfinity.
See, so you switched from CenturyLink to Xfinity, right, Rob?
Oh, God, yeah.
I'm going to have to do the same thing in my house. Dang it.
I can't believe you kept CenturyLink when they offer Xfinity in your neighborhood.
I know. Well, I just went with I stuck with my same package that I had in my old house. And
Never.
Never. It's a little cheaper, I guess, but
yeah,
it sucks.
It's a lot cheaper and way shittier.
Yeah.
Movies.
Yeah, wait
buffering
till you experience Xfinity, Scotty, where nothing ever buffers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really miss it. I'm
gonna have to get it.
I would go back to my decision to buy this house and move if I had known they didn't have Xfinity out here.
Do you think all your neighbors have CenturyLink?
Oh yeah, or the satellite, whatever they have out here. There's like 2 satellite internets that offer it out here too. So,
You need to
anyways,
write a letter. You need to start get Xfinity out to Meade,
I don't know why they're not out
program.
here. Fucking bastards.
Anyways,
Anyways,
so this movie we start in Guatemala. It's 2 years earlier than 2 years or 2 years later this happens, and then they go back to it again at the very end. So that was
Which I liked. I thought that was cool.
That was really cool because then you saw. I wonder how these guys are going to meet now because you saw the kid.
It seemed like a boy-man love relationship.
It almost did.
Actually, you know what? They look like brothers. They look exactly alike.
Yeah, they both have like the blonde hair, like the bright blonde hair. And it's it's Ben and what's the kid's name again? Dang it! I just saw this.
I don't know.
Ben, not Ben. Mark. It's Ben and Mark. And
Yeah.
he's the only one that has guts to go after the monster.
I'm a little unclear on Ben's. So he grew up in Salem's Lot and was just scared of the house growing up. Who is it? His aunt or his mom worked there or something?
His aunt worked as a maid, I think, at the Marston house.
And just grew up with the legends, moved away, then came back to write a book on it, right?
Yeah. Moved away when he was 10, then came back in his CJ7 Jeep. And
That Jeep's pretty cool.
that was pretty cool. He was wrecking it with that.
Yeah.
The damn door would never shut, though.
Yeah, you gotta hold it and then turn the handle.
He just kept slamming it, and it would just fly wide open
you
again.
gotta make sure you turn it and latch it.
Damn thing.
That's because Jeeps are garbage.
Shit. What are you all about? Fords?
I'm talking about Land Rovers,
Oh
bruh.
God, Land Rover.
Forerunners, man.
Yeah, I thought you.
Forerunners are good too.
What do you? Yeah, never. Whatever.
So did you guys that guy that played Weasel in the very beginning? He had just had the widest eyes I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know if that was a character choice. It must have been because
The whole time.
If there could have been a bad actor, it would have been him in his weird choice. But maybe he was directed that way.
Maybe he was just like high on drugs or something, or just he was just very paranoid at all times. Something like that.
I don't know. The Marston house there, Marston. Whenever I hear Marston, I just think of Red Dead Revolver because that's the guy's name in it. James Marston, something like that. Anyways, the house was actually a facade that was built over a smaller house for this film. I think as they said, the facade cost around $100,000.
Wow, yeah.
And I think the budget on this was like $4 million.
Was it? I didn't even look that up.
movie.
Yeah, it was.
And then on the inside of the house, once they get in there and you see just the shitted out old insides of the house, that was all on a set that apparently cost about $70,000.
That was actually really cool. I love the inside of it because it's all run down. There's rats. There's like feathers, and it looked like there was even like pigeon shit like everywhere.
Well, I thought it was cool, but also a little bit unbelievable for like why would that Straker guy be living in filth? You think he would have cleaned it up or something?
Well, he lived in the upstairs bedroom, so I don't think he dealt with any of the downstairs stuff. No, because that's where he caught his, I guess, Mark. And then we see Susan's dad get caught up there too. But yeah, why would he? Because he's so clean and proper. But he only has 2 black suits, so
I guess.
So I don't know. Maybe not. I thought he did a good job.
Yeah, that guy was good.
He was kind of mysterious, and yeah, James Mason is his name, Straker.
So it's even like a sexy spy name.
Straker.
Yeah, Richard Straker.
Yeah. Straker.
That's what Donald Sutherland played in the 2004. Same part.
So yeah, the guy comes back to town. He sort of creepily picks up on Susan. I think in this day and age, it'd be like stalker alert,
Like if there was a girl in the park reading a book, and you're like, right. Well, I guess if she's reading your book.
Yeah,
she was reading his book because he's a writer.
He's like peeking around the corner. He just walks up and just
makes you think Stephen King is like a real pervert.
He probably was. He's got Judd in his books. He's got.
It's like, oh, and then so it's like his own fan fiction to himself. Oh, and then I went to the park and she was reading my book. It's like, good God, sir.
It was my picture on the back.
I think back in the 70s or late 70s even, you just went up to a girl and you started talking with them.
That's
and
the only way to do it back then.
I think that's how it was
they didn't
back
have
then.
Tinder.
Not these days.
Didn't have Tinder.
And then I went to her and I whipped my dick out and laid it across the book and said, "Do you need a bookmark?"
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
And she smiled and said yes.
I was talking to my friend who will remain nameless about Tinder because he's using it right now.
Oh, no.
And I've never used it because they didn't have this shit back when I was dating. I've been out of the game for so long. And anyways, whatever. I got the inner workings, but it boiled down to a couple times he got matched with someone, but then deleted them real quick because he found out they were trans sexual. But then he told me, he's like, actually, I'd be okay with having sex with a trans as long as they were now a girl and they were like and they were really hot.
I don't know about that.
I was like, oh, okay.
I didn't know that about you. Now I do.
I don't want to be like politically incorrect here on the CCH podcast because we never are. But that. I would never do that. I don't know how. I don't know what everyone thinks. I just couldn't I couldn't do that. Nope. How do you? I don't really. Maybe it's just because I don't understand the science.
Yeah.
How do you literally become a girl? Like, what is that? I know that people get sex changes. Do they have a fully normal looking functioning vagina?
I think that's the idea. With Caitlyn Jenner, is that what happened?
It's possibly, or it's just like a bunch of butthole stuff.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah.
Or you go back to the story where our friend from the theater that got a I don't even know. It was just he hooked up with this girl she went down on him, and she had big old boobs and stuff, and he looks down, and she's masturbating while she's giving him a blowjob, and oh my God, get the hell away
It was
from
a
me!
penis.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry about the sex talk,
What
guys.
do they do? They just
some
like
sex stories.
Do they just cut a hole there and then like shove some bologna in it or something?
Yeah.
No, they like.
No,
I saw a
it's roast
video.
beef.
I saw like a
Get it right.
documentary on it. They take the wiener and then they like invert it.
Oh. So if
And then,
you
so
if you had a really
it's-
small wiener, then you have a really shallow vagina.
apparently.
Yep, that's how it goes.
I don't
man.
know. Next week's meme competition.
How we start talking about this? Oh yeah, Dick and the bookmark. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Picking up ladies in the late 70s. Got it.
Yeah, and then that's how you did it. You just let it drag on the ground till something steps on it. You know what I mean, brother?
Of course, it'd be Rob. So really, he'd be flopping. He'd be tufting a bush onto the book.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
I'd just be tell her, tell her to open up her present. She's gotta sift through the jungle.
And then she would whip out her bush, and it's just all bushes in the 70s.
Yeah.
It's just
I know, man. I would have fit in so well in the 70s.
You know that lady that rented the room out to Ben had a big old bush.
Oh yeah.
She
They all
seemed-
did. Bonnie Bedelia had a bush
Oh, yeah.
so thick it would have been. It was. Yeah, she probably had like an afro pick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stuck
yeah.
in it at all times.
That lady seemed familiar. The one that rented the room out to him.
She did seem familiar.
I think her name is. Well, I don't know. It's not Julie Cobb. Julie Cobb was Crockett's or was the guy's wife. And I can't think of who it was now because your internet's slow. But
Yeah.
anyways,
CenturyLink's internet is slow.
yeah. But
I'm looking it up on my phone right now.
But she definitely looked familiar. And did she get bit? Because she was acting all strangely.
Well, yeah,
at the
that was
very
the
end.
idea.
And I thought
They
she
all
was.
got bit.
I thought she was going to get Susan, but then Susan got away and followed Mark. But
All right, where is she? Which one of these is she? Marie Windsor? If it is, that's a really old picture of her.
yeah, I think that sounds right.
Let's take a look.
As
here.
Eva Miller. Yep, that's her.
Why can't you get good internet, Dan?
Marie Windsor,
Because they don't have Xfinity out here.
the Queen of Bees. She appeared in so many bee movies.
She was in Murder, She Wrote. I don't know if she. I don't
okay.
think she was Murder, She Wrote. That was the girl's name.
No, that was
right?
Angela Lansbury.
Oh, was it? My mom used to love that show.
My wife watches that show.
Are you kidding me?
Day. Oh no.
Is it still on?
She was in. This girl was in Tales from the Dark Side. What else was she in? Let's see here. Why would we recognize her?
Marie Windsor. That's got to be her.
Salem's Lot. Old Charlie's Angels.
That's it. No.
Old Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday was an old movie first? Never knew that.
Oh yeah.
Don't say, oh yeah, like I'm dumb.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, bro. It was super old.
You guys-
These are just getting older. I'm not going to know.
No worries. Yeah, so after the miniseries aired at CBS, they actually had good ratings for this. And CBS talked about making it a regular television series for a while. But then it never went in motion and it never played. So, which kind of sucked. That would have been cool, but I don't know, where would you have gone from there? The house, burning down and stuff. And for those of you who didn't see it, did I just give it away?
Fucking stupid review on the movie here. I just scrolled down.
From Salem's Lot.
Wonderful tale, Stephen King. Not normally my favorite horror writer. What the fuck? Who's your favorite horror writer then?
There's only like two. There's like Stephen King and Clive Barker. Those are the only two choices. And Stephen King and Clive Barker are just tied for 1 and 2. And I'm like, no, I usually like to read my, if you're a member of Horror Writers Obscurely Monthly, you'll know that, and if you subscribe to my blog, you'll know that my favorite horror writer is this one guy that only wrote this one book that was never published. So
Also, here's a picture.
go fuck yourself.
Also, here's a picture of my girlfriend. She lives in Hawaii, so I don't get to see her that much. But she's a model.
She's an airline stewardess.
She's a model.
She's in Canada right now.
She's a model.
Traveling model, actually. Traveling model.
That's what the monster's name was Barlow. That's right.
Yep.
Kurt Barlow. Played by Reggie Nalder. Toby Hooper did say he used some Psycho references for this, and he was obviously basing off Barlow off the Nosferatu, the 1922 Nosferatu.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Goodness
Speaking of
sakes
Nosferatu,
right?
Count Orlok.
2 fingers in my asshole.
God bless it.
Sweet. That means it's time for the horror halftime. All right.
Sorry.
There we go. All right. There were just the usual participants again. I mean, we love you guys. We really appreciate it. And there was some decent ones there. But I still am going to give a winner. It's going to be a repeat, but it's going to be someone who hasn't had it for a minute. So, horror freak of the week is Damon Williams. He submitted 2 mediocre memes, and my favorite one out of the 2 mediocre ones is the Jurassic Park reference to the cars mingling. Yeah. So,
all right, Damon Williams.
Damon, shoot us a message on the Facebook page, and I know you've won at least once, so I probably sent you a shirt, so maybe send you some stickers this time or something. So, shoot me a message just to know you got this, and I probably still have the address, but maybe shoot it to me again. Let me know what I gave you last time, and we'll get you set up.
And let's get some new participants for Salem's Lot. I thought Christine would bring him out, but apparently not.
Yeah, but you guys, I mean, Aston Nielsen was there, and then Lansdale is always David Martin, Teddy Thomas, who's actually Gene Thomas, and yeah. So sorry if I gave away your secret
Quit giving
identity.
away that man's real name.
I'm sorry.
David Mason, always pulling through.
Yep. David Martin, I think, is there too. So yeah, let's get him flowing next week for Salem's Lot. A lot of opportunities here. I want to see baloney shoved in a hole, and we'll see how that comes out.
This week's
penis bookmark.
We need memes for Salem's Lot, or anybody that can make a comprehensive meme that would help us understand the science behind transgender. Those are the requirements for this week.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that concludes the horror halftime.
All right.
All right, moving on in this film. Where am I at my notes here?
How about Ned Tibbetts? That's the funniest name ever.
Ned Tibbetts.
Ned Tibbetts, the plumber, and he was Susan's boyfriend, but then Susan left him. You got him. You got
the fat guy that drinks. Just a bunch of dead.
He always just has like a 6-pack of Budweiser wherever he goes.
Yeah.
It makes you think, like, even up north in Maine, that there's still rednecks.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Yep.
And then
I'm sure they watch NASCAR and wrestling.
See, if you move to Maine, then there you go.
Yeah,
that's how they get there.
Oh. That's how they get there. It's all the Florida. It's all the southern rednecks migrating to the north for some reason.
Yep. People from Tallahassee just moving across the country.
So speaking of moving across the country, Ned Tibbetts and Mike take the Budweiser guy's truck to grab the crate. Is Barlow in the crate?
Well, yeah.
That's what. Yeah. Okay.
Of course.
I thought Barlow was already in the house, in the Marston house, but I guess
no.
Yeah. So Straker, or I guess Straker struck up a deal with Fred Willard.
Straker struck
with Crockett, and then he sent them to go get it, and then they put it in there, and then left it down there. Okay, and then obviously Straker comes down and he breaks out because there's parts of crate everywhere.
He didn't, because no one bolted it.
Yeah, you're right. Because
where did the crate come from?
We don't know.
Yeah, that's from. I mean, did it come from Zimico, Guatemala, where they were at the beginning?
I don't think so.
Which is actually not a town.
I'm just wondering if there was like some kind of like in-town conspiracy about the crate.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think it just came from Europe or something. You know, where all vampires come
And
from.
why Salem's Lot? Maybe because Straker, he's the one that was his keeper, and he's the one that had to take
They
care
got to
of him.
move. They got to keep on the move.
Yeah.
Gotta move around.
He's the Renfield.
Yeah,
Yep, he's
he
the
is
Renfield to the Dracula.
Yeah.
The Igor, the Renfield. Oh, yeah.
You just ate a fly right out of the of the raspberry.
Raspberry.
Raspberries? There's no raspberries here.
Raspberry. Such a fucking awesome movie. Such an awesome.
Oh,
Schedule?
dead loving it. It's just
Yes,
the best.
and give him another enema, and another, and another.
Renfield, you're free now. Free? Come on, Renfield. Yes, master.
Yes. I like flies and bugs.
Raspberry.
That's such a great movie.
Oh my god.
Another Weber classic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice that in this movie there was a lot of just like long stares and pauses without any dialogue and just like emotional build-up music?
Well, when you're filling up 2 episodes of a miniseries,
Yeah.
you know.
Like especially when Mike they're burying the kid. I think it's the one of the Glick brothers, Danny Glick, and they're burying him, and Mike starts throwing dirt on the coffin, and then he like gets this sense or something that something's wrong, and he stares down the hole literally for like 7 minutes of the movie while this big long music, which is awesome. I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen? He keeps staring. I'm like, is he gonna fall face? Is he gonna like face plant?
Well, and he was only putting these tiny little shovelfuls of dirt in there.
Yeah.
He needs to learn how to shovel dirt like a real grave digger.
That's
and then,
right.
And then he jumps down there. Danny Glick pops out with the whatever contacts he's wearing or something. They must. I wonder if that was like digitalized or if they were wearing contacts or something.
Oh yeah,
something.
contacts,
Yeah.
of course. You don't digitalize anything in '79.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So the kid's like, I don't want to wear them. Then he gets bitten.
Not unless Children of the Corn. They're going to try their damnedest to
Well,
digitalize it.
yeah.
Well, shit. In like Evil Dead, they wore like plastic milk caps in their eyes.
Well, I wouldn't call it that, but yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah.
but Sam Raimi did that just because
GAVED double ZA to the GA to the zigzag Z.
Are you singing Dr. Dre?
Grave diggers.
Oh, grave diggers. Grave diggers.
God.
That's what Mike was. That's what Jeffrey.
It's grave digger. You never listen to grave diggers, Rob?
No, I've never heard of grave
It's
diggers.
a couple guys from
It's like
Wu-Tang.
Yeah, Jeffrey Lewis was a grave digger.
There's only 2
Not in
members of
grave diggers.
I
Wu-Tang,
know.
and that is ODB and Method Man, sir.
Oh, the RZA isn't in Wu-Tang?
No, the RZA or the DZA is not in the Wu-Tang.
Oh, okay.
They're just too spoiled.
ODB
They're not
didn't even
the-
have any talent. He just ranted and rhymed words with the same words again.
Yeah, he was a genius.
He sounded like just your old grandpa, just fucking ranting and not rhyming.
And he was basically like a senile ghetto hype man. and it was amazing.
So where was this filmed? California?
It was filmed. I saw some video on the filming locations. I didn't watch it.
Let me see if I can look. Yeah, Northern California. There it is. Ferndale.
I had like a point I was going to talk about that I lost.
Talking about the dirt
remember
or
it.
the staring.
Oh, it was like before that.
Straker, he has some stare-offs with Ben when they first
I
meet.
can't remember what it was. Was it with Straker? I don't remember.
Some of the kills in this were so-so. When like Barlow pops
first
up.
you have the dog die, and then it's obviously a fake
Mike's dog.
It's a fake dog.
Yeah.
That one was a little bit.
Yeah, the
Fake
dog
dog.
looked definitely like a spirit
And then was
Halloween
it just
store.
me, or did it really bothered me, or I couldn't stop wondering why the blonde kid wasn't wiping his tears off his face when he was seeing the vampire in his window.
He was too scared to move.
Man, you have to show your emotion, bro.
He's seeing his dead friend.
He
Glick.
went, yeah, but his tear was streaming down his face. He sees a friend. He doesn't let him in. He goes back to his bed. There's more tears streaming down his face. He lays down. He's laying down and holding the cross. There's more tears streaming down his face, and he never wipes them off. I'm just like,
Yeah, because, man, he's hardcore like that, dude. He ain't going to wipe his tears. He's going to show his emotion.
It's got to tickle his cheek, though, man.
Yeah.
That's got to be irritating.
Tickle his cheek.
I'm
sorry.
When you're crying, man.
Just went somewhere else.
It tickles.
tickle his cheek.
Tickle the
That's
cheek.
what
with my
Ben
tears.
was really doing to him down in Guatemala, tickling the cheek.
Exactly. That's why they went to Guatemala.
And then Susan appears like, God, sorry, Susan, I'm not in love with the girls anymore.
You know what?
I got to kill you.
What the cheesiest death was the parents' head bonk.
I was just gonna say that. I can't believe that. Like
Barlow bonking their heads together. I was like, come on.
But he's superhuman vampire strength, bro.
Yeah. And they're
guess
sitting
so.
there, the priest, Mark, and Mark's parents are sitting there, and the whole house starts shaking. The windows are breaking. Everything, chaos is happening, and they're just sitting there at the table still, not getting up, not like moving around. And then Barlow pops up and just butts their heads together, and they die.
Where
Like,
did
what
his
the
strength
fuck?
go when they're stabbing him at the end and they just shove him right back down in the coffin?
Oh, yeah. Ben just pushes, nope, stay down. No, you stay down. No.
It was
Bad
like
Barlow.
it was like getting head from a freshman in high school. You just shove him back down. You just keep shoving him back
Yep.
down. You're not done yet.
See, the only thing I would have changed, oh my God. The only thing I
I
would
meant like when you're also in high school. I didn't mean like
Sure you did,
freshman
Danny.
high
Sure
school.
you did.
and you right now.
And me right now.
Yeah.
I meant like when you're like a senior in high school and you're getting head from, a newbie.
Yeah.
I just made this
You mean
up.
like when you're
So don't
you mean
judge
like
me.
when you're a sophomore
A
in
nude
high
bee.
school and you're
Yeah, I guess, but what's all the are all the freshmen after the seniors, all the girls?
I don't know. I wasn't, dude. I was
Rob
too
wasn't
busy,
desirable in high school. He doesn't know.
I was so stoned through high school. I have got no idea what happened.
No,
when
I was too,
in
but I
high
was still
school.
good with girls.
I wasn't stoned in high school, nor drunk. So there you go.
Only on occasion.
No,
Well, why not, Danny?
because I am a good boy,
He's a goody two shoes boy.
goody little two
You
shoes,
just weren't,
goody
you
little
just
two
weren't
shoes,
cool enough, man.
goody
You just
little
weren't cool
two
enough to get
shoes.
stoned in high school.
Oh,
bro.
I was cool enough.
I don't think you were.
I hung out with all the same people. I just didn't do the same things.
He didn't see all the cool things that I saw. He missed out.
See all the cool.
Oh,
have
yeah.
all the deep,
like the back of
super
a police
deep
car,
emotional conversations.
or like the back of a police car, or the
or the bushes.
or the
and,
private parts of some not so good looking girls after some drunk nights.
I was still coherent enough to know what I was getting myself into. I can make the right call. There was only maybe like one or two moments, like we all have had. I'm sure you've had. I can think of one right now, but I'm not going to say it.
Think of one. What do you mean?
When Pisto called you over.
Oh, that was fine back then. I was like number 2.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I was like
I don't
number
know
2 or
about that.
3 for her, and she was
No way.
And she was
You're
slight-
like 10th.
no,
for her.
no,
Yeah.
and she was slightly attractive back then.
Think
She was
she?
slightly
Now she
attractive
slept
back
with
then.
everyone under the sun ever.
Oh, yeah, it's the worst. This girl, she was. Yeah.
Well, she had to have something going for her because obviously she was pulling in mad numbers.
She wanted to get with me one night, but I'm like, nope.
Well, she's just not. She's a girl who's not
She's a nut.
repulsive and is willing to have sex with anything. So that's what she has going.
See,
for her.
that's kind of what I ran into. I ran into some girls that weren't really repulsive, but they just weren't like desirable.
I had then we have a friend. We had a friend who, this girl sleeps with everyone, so she slept with him. But I think he was maybe a virgin or like whatever, and then he was like in love or something.
Yep.
But she already screwed
And
like
then
3 other guys.
She broke his heart.
He's like, but no.
Oh, no.
We're like Chris. She's a whore. You can't. You're not in love with her.
You had a kid with her,
You
but
can't,
that's her
you can't turn a
seventh
hoe
kid.
into a housewife.
She's
Yeah,
had a
that's
kid.
right.
She's had a kid with like 4 different guys.
Yeah.
Or 3, and 3
it's-
that I know of. 3 guys that I know of. She has had a kid with.
It's hose on a mission. And it's hose on a crack pipe.
Yep, that's right.
Anyways,
let's get back to Salem's Lot. So, but yeah,
Hotel everybody,
so some
even
of the kills.
the mayor, hose up in the skies to the hose on.
what are you singing now?
That's ludicrous.
Oh,
That's
the
ludicrous.
dirty South.
Ludacris and his
The
positive
Dirty
rap.
South.
Ludicrous is positive. Is there something wrong with it? I like Will Smith
No.
too.
Will
Okay?
Smith, is that the Family Guy? Will Smith and his positive rap.
I can't remember.
Don't do drugs and stay in school. I forgot.
Oh my
I love
god.
Will Smith.
Ludacris he's not very talented either. His lyrics
sir.
are just he's okay. He's an okay actor, but his lyrics are horrible. I just don't listen to rap anymore. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, there's only some some classics that I listen to
I
that
can't
I
even
have.
listen to classics anymore. I went through a phase in high school where I listened to rap, and now whenever it comes on, I'm just like, I'm turning this off right
Speaking
now.
of old music, Jonathan Davis from Korn mentioned this is one of his favorite horror movies.
That shouldn't even be in there. No one should give a fuck what Jonathan
that's
Davis
kinda
has to
ruining
say.
this movie
Oh my
for me,
god, I
yeah.
was joking.
That has to. Why would they even report that?
I just had to say it because I just read it right now. I'm like, oh my god.
Go. Da, da, da. Yeah. No. Nope.
Oh, the Jeep was a CJ5 model. Sorry,
Yeah,
not a CJ7.
We all know it's a CJ5.
Well, I said
Doesn't matter,
CJ7
Jeeps
and
are
you didn't
weak.
correct me.
Just look at it.
It's old. It was old school. Yeah, when Straker's getting shot when he's come down the stairs, that was a little slow mo.
And suddenly Straker has superhuman strength,
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess. I didn't know. I guess maybe if you're a servant to the vampire, you just get a little bit extra strength or something.
Yeah, Bill, Susan's dad.
Bill was done for right
he just-
away.
He just took him and shoved him on the antler. There's like a wall that just had antler.
Yeah, not
antlers
even
on it.
set up in an organized manner. Just everywhere.
He planned that.
Straker planned that. He's like, man, if an intruder comes in here, I'm gonna grab him by the shoulders and run him into this wall. When they moved into that house, Barlow was on the phone with him. He's like, yes, sir. You need to go ahead and set up the antler wall because every house needs an antler wall
Yes,
so that you can kill someone.
Yes, master. Yeah, he's just saying yes, master.
What's
yes,
hilarious is
master.
like vampire genre and horror is like, I'm not very acute on this. My only reference material for all vampires is still Dead and Loving It for whatever reason.
See, that's like
What about Twilight, Rob?
It doesn't count, even though Robert Patterson is dreamy.
Bram
Pattinson?
Stoker's was pretty good too.
Yeah,
No,
Bram
like, I mean,
Stoker's
because
is good.
I honestly think Dracula Dead and Loving It probably is the first vampire movie I ever watched, and I'll watch tons of other ones. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
It's like, Liam Neeson didn't do that. Like,
see, that's the only thing missing in this, man. I wish Ben Mears, when he drove the stake into Barlow's
No
chest,
blood.
I didn't see any blood. There's nothing.
no blood.
I didn't even see it.
It should have been an Army of Darkness.
Yeah,
Pit.
just freaking
Worth of
blood
blood.
everywhere.
Yeah, no blood.
There was no blood in this movie at all. Besides when one of the Glick boys is like blood.
I guess
little
that's
thing
what happens
breaks.
on the made for TV.
Yep.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I wonder why he drug Barlow's coffin out of the room.
Well, you got to get away from the other
Yeah,
vampires.
I guess
Otherwise,
you
they're
do.
going to attack him
Yeah.
while he's. No, I thought that was a good move.
Yeah, it was a good move.
I think it was dumb they didn't shut the door right away after they drug it out of the room. I kept saying, "Shut the door! Shut the
Mark.
door! Shut the door!"
Mark
Yeah.
finally shut it.
And then, did they not just leave Susan?
They did.
They just left her.
Because
He-
like
Yeah, they were kind of cool with it too, weren't they?
Yeah. Oh, they get out. They drag the coffin out.
It's burning.
he said Susan like twice.
He gets outside, and then he starts the shit on fire. And I'm like, hold on, what about? Because before he starts the fire, he's like, Susan. But so then I thought they were going to go look for Susan. But then he comes outside, lights the place on fire, and runs away going, I'm sorry, Susan. I was like,
Susan.
what the fuck? He just left her in
It's
there.
like, why don't you check the whole house first to see if she's around?
There's no way that she's turned yet because all the vampires just woke up. They just woke up. No one's bitten her yet. She's in the house still.
Well,
they just left her there.
That's like realism. That's like real fear. It's like, oh, we're missing Susan. He just like opens the door. Susan? Nope, didn't hear anything. Light it. Let's go.
Yeah,
let's go. No, she's dead. No. Are you sure the vampire said no? She's dead. She's gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, she's completely
let's
dead.
just go.
They just woke up. Nope, lost cause. It's a lost cause.
Do you want to wait around for them, or do you just want to light the fire? Like, there's no witness.
See,
Man, it's just me and you. We're going to Guatemala after this, okay, dude? Like, let's just get the fuck out of here.
Do you want some ice cream, man? We can get some ice cream first. And see, Mark's the one that gets out of this like clean free. He at first Barlow has him and could kill him right there at his parents' house, and just lets him go because Straker tells the priest, like, if you put down your cross, Barlow will let the boy go, and sure enough, he does.
They shouldn't use the words "my faith against you" or "put down the cross," and it'll be your faith against my. He says "my faith" or "my master." He says them both, I think. It's like, well, the cross is his faith, so he shouldn't have to put it down.
Yeah,
I don't know, but then it doesn't matter anyways because Barlow just comes up and palms it.
But then Mark goes inside the Marston house and is followed in there by Susan, and then they get caught. And
why did
Straker,
Susan even go to the fucking house? She's sitting there staring at the house. She drives to the house. She's supposed to be leaving town. She just goes to the house to stare at it, sees Mark sneaking in, and has to go after him.
Well, she's very worried about him because the Glick boys died, and
this all wouldn't have happened if, first of all, they were agreeing to leave the next day. The night before, Ben goes into the house, and Susan she's a champ because she doesn't see anything. She just talks to Ben, and she instantly believes there's vampires.
Yep.
He explains. He's like, oh yeah, all these kids are getting sick. Everyone's getting sick and disappearing. A couple people had bite marks. What else is it? And she's like, it's vampires for sure.
Yeah. She knows.
And he was immediately like, oh my God, yes. I love you.
Thank you for believing me.
Like 8 other people tonight, and nobody's
and then he just leaves her in a burning house.
Yeah, it took her dad seeing the wife in the morgue to come back to life to believe. So he's in the house that night. He's like, you guys have to pack up and leave tomorrow. Before tomorrow at sunset, you have to leave. So and then he's talking to the dad, and we have to go kill the Barlow tomorrow. And that's when the dad's like, well, what about Straker? And he's like, Straker's just immortal. We can kill him. However, I think that if it all had to be done by sunset, them gone and them going in to kill, I probably would have done it like first thing in the morning. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Leah, let's get out of here. Like,
it's getting dark out.
Not at like 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never makes. It's like, I mean, if anything, noon, right? Like, let's go when the sun's at the highest and the hottest. Let's just go at noon.
And meanwhile, Ben's trying to go into the sheriff's office. He's not there. Then he finds the sheriff. Like, fuck the sheriff.
Where is he going?
And then the sheriff, he just takes
Sheriff
off
ditches
out of
out.
town. I'm like, don't care about the sheriff. Go to the house.
I just what did he do that morning? Did they? He must have had breakfast at the cafe.
Yeah.
He must have gone for a jog.
Cups of coffee.
He did a bunch of shit up until 4 p.m. that day.
It's almost like he went to work. He's like, look, I know we got to take care of this, but I've got no sick days left.
I need to write. I need to finish this book. I need to finish this book. I need to type a few pages.
I
today.
am on a streak here, and I just cannot give up the morning.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's almost tax season, to be completely honest with you, and I am just buried right now. Look, we're going to, I promise today, today vampires will get to it, but just don't call me before 3. Okay. I'm really just snowed in today.
Yeah. So they go at 4 or 5 or something.
Yep.
They're there for 20 minutes and the sun's going down. It's like, you fucking idiots, go at 9 a.m.
Yeah. God.
You could hang out in the house and party all day. Off Straker, off the old guy. Go in there, guns ablazing. They went in there and gun wasn't even pulled. They're just wandering around.
Just brought the sheriff's gun.
They split up right away. It was just.
See, I think what happened, they left Susan because Straker got Susan and brought him down to Barlow. Barlow bit Susan, but again, Mark doesn't get
We
bitten.
don't know that Barlow bit. Well,
We don't know.
Well,
But that's just assumed.
well, it is because she is a vampire at the end.
Yeah.
At the 2 years later, but that means that she had to have survived the fire. So I guess fire doesn't kill vampires. Then is that what we deducted? Is that what they were implying? Because
Or she was bit and escaped the fire.
well, they lit. This is what I was confused about.
Well, no,
Yeah,
that's
maybe
right.
she
Because
did.
he drives a stake into her heart and kills her, but then there's still more after him.
Yeah, see, that's where I was confused. I was confused because they kill Barlow, they light the place on fire, and drive away. And immediately he pulls over and he talks about how they're going to be after them soon, so they have to leave.
Yeah.
Well, who's going to be after them? Didn't they just burn all the vampires in the house? Was
Because
there?
then you say the fire was going to cleanse the town or whatever.
Yeah, it's going to purify
Yeah.
Salem.
It's going to catch the whole town
So
on fire.
what is he talking about? Like, what other were there vampires not in that room? Are there other vampires not in Salem that he knows about that he knows are going to come after them now? Or I don't know.
That's why they got to get to Guatemala to get that holy water.
Well, it took him 2 years to get to Guatemala.
Yeah, that's right.
So they might have gone to Vegas first.
Road
I don't
trip.
know.
That's another thing. Like, what's taking you so long? I mean, it's 1979. Like, I mean, I'm sure they could fly to Guatemala and get there in 2 days.
Well, they probably, hid in some easier spots first, and maybe they got found out. And all of a sudden, the holy water glowing is a new thing, too, to tell that vampires are near. And for
Yeah.
some reason, he
Yep.
always got to keep his holy water in tiny blue bottles.
Yep. Yeah, because then he just drops it on the ground, and they see that they're like right by the door. He's a little clumsy too.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
A little bit of
Anyways,
the old Butterfingers.
A little bit of the old Butterfingers.
those were all my comments on the film. I just thought he instantly left Susan. Maybe she wasn't that good of a lay. And
I don't think Bonnie Bedelia would be, man. She, Mrs. McLean was always kind of a bitch to John McClane.
Yeah.
she seems pretty innocent. I don't know.
You said there's a second one.
Sometimes
right?
those innocent girls will bite your dick off.
Yeah, they will. They think it's an egg roll. I had that experience.
That's exactly what I meant.
I had that experience. Sorry. Drunk girl thought it was an egg roll, and
That's not true at all.
Yeah, it is.
Who would think a dick is an egg roll?
Someone really drunk.
When Scotty was dipping it in sweet and sour sauce.
Yep, that's exactly why.
Was she Asian?
No, Leslie.
That's racist, Danny.
Wow.
Everybody.
Obviously,
everybody
she's
likes egg
joking.
rolls.
There's no
She
way.
was joking.
Yeah. Okay.
She must have been, but she was way.
If anything,
Anyways.
Asian
So
would
silly.
definitely know that it's not an egg roll.
Just some stupid drunk girl. I'm so sorry. I thought it was an egg roll.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it
An
went.
egg roll. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So isn't it called Jerusalem's Lot in Salem's Lot book?
The town
The town's called
the town
Jerusalem.
is called Jerusalem's Lot.
That's right.
And then it did have an apostrophe at first in front of Salem because it's short for Jerusalem. Then they got rid of the apostrophe. And actually the book's original title was Second Coming because Ben comes back to Salem's Lot.
Mm-hmm.
And Stephen King's wife advised him that it sounded like a cheap sex book. Second Coming.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah, it says the real name of the town in the book of Jerusalem's Lot. Both it and Sidewinder from The Shining are named checked in another Stephen King novel, Dr. Sleep.
So there's a lot of connections in the Stephen King universe. So
there is.
So yeah, that Jerusalem's Lot I think is mentioned again. I even read something where in it describes one of the descriptions of it is exactly how he describes Barlow at one point, and so someone's like, "Is Barlow the same person as it, or did it take the formation of Barlow at one point?"
Oh, there's like so many crazy fan theories about Stephen King and all the different, like the gunslinger interacts with the Shining
And
certain
all of them,
parts.
all of them. This even is related to Dark Tower. Someone said, or whatever. Dark Towers.
Yeah.
They are related to Dark Towers, and it is the same person as Barlow. And my girlfriend just won a modeling competition, but I can't see her because she's on a flight to Dallas.
Dallas.
She's on a flight to fucking Dallas.
I just picked Dallas. I have no fucking idea.
Dallas.
But don't you live in Fort Worth?
Dallas.
Yes, but I'm really busy right now.
I just can't go see her at the airport.
Yes.
It's too far away. And I would have to take the bus, and I need to renew my bus pass.
Oh my God.
Mom, I need to renew my bus pass.
Yes, honey. Oh my God.
And I'm out of gushers. Mom.
You guys, Gashy,
God,
fruit roll-ups.
I'm just sitting here thinking, man, I fucking love Gushers.
I want some Gushers right this second.
I'm done with this movie. Does anyone have anything else to say?
My last note here was when Ben tries to help, or when Mark tries to help Ben with the steak, and Ben just throws him into that table.
Yeah. He like shoves him into the table,
and he like biffs it hard. And like, what the fuck? Careful.
Yeah, he was pretty mean.
He was mad at him. Very mad. No, I definitely liked it.
Overall,
I
yeah, very good movie. I really did enjoy it a lot. It was 3 hours long, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. Yes, I do recommend it. Definitely see it.
I enjoyed the 70s, the green carpet in the God, whose house was that? The old guy, or was he in the boarding house too? That must have been the boarding house. Green carpet. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was all very retro. It was awesome.
Yeah,
I loved it.
The town, the score was awesome. You know, the just the characters, the Nosferatu. It
did not feel like 3 hours. I mean, I did watch it in 2 sittings, so that could be why.
Me too.
But yeah, it was awesome.
Good acting.
I think. Well, we talked about it already. We're going to do Cujo next week. Cujo.
Stephen King train. Here we go.
Keeping on the Stephen King train, Cujo. And then I haven't brought this up yet, but I was thinking we didn't do Silver Bullet in the Werewolf series, so we might have to do it as well here in Stephen King.
Oh yeah, we definitely should do Silver Bullet to make up for all the awful werewolf movies we did do.
So
we definitely
maybe
need to.
We might be looking at Cujo, then the week after Silver Bullet, just to catch you guys up. And maybe a couple more Stephen Kings, and then we'll move on. We'll see.
Sounds like a plan.
Maybe some one-offs or whatever. When we did Pet Cemetery, I was not even thinking that we'd do a Stephen King series, but it just sort of fell into place.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Children of the Corn, and and there's so many Stephen King movies out there that we just can't cover all of them. I mean, maybe eventually we will, but we can always come back to Stephen King.
Yeah, of course.
After we finish,
we're going to have to come back to John Carpenter or hit some of his in a one-off because we haven't done The Fog, we haven't done Vampires with James Woods. No, it's not classic.
Well, and then Stephen King's got like The Mist as well and The Stand.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's
the Stand would be a good one. Although I think that's like 8 hours.
Yeah. I'll put aside one night for it.
Yep. Whole entire day.
So what did you guys watch this week?
What did you watch? You first.
I watched.
Senor.
I watched the Phoenix Tapes '97. It was all right. It was on Amazon Prime. I was trying to look for a found footage film to watch since we're starting talking about
dibble dabbling
here. Yeah. So I was just wanted to get some angle ideas and shots, and this one was very found footage and raw. It's only like an hour long. It's on Amazon. It's Prime, so it's free if you have Amazon Prime. It was okay. It's not like you don't have to rush and go watch it, but it was okay. It was decent. It's about the Phoenix Lights incident in '97, alien stuff. I think that's all I got into this week. No.
God, this week's been packed for me. I actually didn't get anything this week besides Salem's Lot.
Yeah, you never do.
I've been teaching little kids acting classes every freaking day, and then I get work done. So I have no time to watch movies right now, besides my CCH podcast movies.
Rob, what'd you watch?
I did not watch anything.
Nothing.
You've been traveling too.
Even Rob didn't?
Well, the only reason why is because the house we're in does not have smart TVs, so like I can't get on my Netflix and my other things.
You gotta watch it on your laptop.
I'm not fucking primitive.
No, you gotta when I'm on vacation, before I go to bed, a lot of times I'll just sit up in bed, pop the earbuds in, and watch a movie on my laptop.
Yeah.
Well, I actually had all intents.
That's how I watched Bone Tomahawk, by the way. That's how I watched Bone Tomahawk.
I watched Bone Tomahawk on the laptop first time, then I watched it the second time on my TV.
Me too.
Yeah.
You were going to watch Hereditary? That's in theaters.
Yeah, I was going to go watch it, but I haven't had a chance to go.
Really?
I heard it was a letdown. Yeah, that's what people have been saying.
Yeah, I kind of hearing like mixed review. I heard it's like a really slow burn, but it still's the best looking thing out there right now.
Yeah, I thought it looked good, but
yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, I'll see it for sure.
Yeah, I definitely want to see it.
Oh, you know what else I watched? I watched Baywatch.
Oh, that doesn't count. Oh, come on, get out of here with that. No, but it's
Was that any good?
I like Dwayne Johnson though.
Oh, The Rock is awesome. The movie's cheesy as fuck.
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron is insanely
I'm going to go on a
ripped.
limb here and say that Zac Efron's better looking than The Rock.
Well, he's younger.
Well, I guess it depends what you're looking for.
Zac Efron's very dreamy.
Well, then you should watch Baywatch because he's literally made out of rock and stone in it.
He's literally carved out of cream cheese.
Efron's made out of rock. He has a piece of the rock in him.
Ooh.
Wasn't he like a Disney kid?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. High School
It's funny
Musical.
because The Rock keeps calling him Disney titles in the movie to make fun of him.
Okay.
And he calls him High School Musical, and he wasn't High School Musical. So
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah, but I mean, how much HGH is Disney forcing these poor children to get? That kid's a mutant. Like he really is.
That was hit. Disney has nothing to do with it.
Oh, Disney had everything.
He wasn't a
to do with it.
mutant
He
in
probably
High School
was abused.
Musical. He was this dangly, skinny dude.
Yeah, but I mean, it's probably from like horrible child abuse that was brought on to him from Disney. That's why Corey Feldman's the way he is.
Oh God. Let's not compare Zac Efron and Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman.
You're right. Corey Feldman has talent.
Corey Feldman probably thinks he's a bigger deal.
Oh, definitely. He's probably
Corey
been in
Feldman is a big deal.
He's probably been in some more movies than Zach. Well, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. He's definitely not making any money right now, though.
Yeah, with his band.
No, unfortunately, Corey Feldman and the Angels.
Yeah, is that the name of his band, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I was going to say something else. I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, Baywatch said that lead girl is really hot, though. She's also was in San Andreas, I think. So The Rock must be, wanting her to come along.
Did she play his daughter in San
Yeah,
Andreas?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
I know who you're talking about.
She looks
that's
like she looks like she has contacts in, but I think that's just how her eyes are.
Danny's all staring into her eyes.
Anyways.
Anywho.
Well, fuck, if you didn't watch anything, I guess that's it.
That's it. That wraps it up.
Cool.
Salem's Lot.
Get those memes in for Salem's Lot next week as we review Cujo. Get those in the Facebook group, Cult Classic Horror group in Facebook. Use the hashtag Horror Halftime. Follow us at Danny Bonin, at Scotty Bonin on everything, at Rob O'Neill, at the God damn it, Rob.
Your peeing is messing him up.
Yeah, why are you?
My peeing is messing him up.
Are you peeing?
He's
A little
dripping.
bit.
Oh, nice.
Are you really
I'm
peeing?
on the phone.
He's carrying the phone around. He's mobile.
You really were peeing, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
I thought you were. That's
Rob
right.
peeing.
I got
Rob
good
peeing,
ears,
ladies and gentlemen.
I got good
Rob
ears.
Peeing.
That's his new. That's his new Twitter.
I honestly sometimes get caught on the phone while I'm shitting with someone I'm not an acquaintance with, and I'll try to quietly flush the toilet when I get up and leave.
I've pooped multiple times on this podcast.
Really? So you take your laptop with you?
Oh, I got my headphones. I've got like a 30-foot cord, and my mic has a long cable. So I just wander off into the bathroom.
Hey, when you got to go, you got to go, man.
The Rob CCH podcast. No, the Rob 1986 on Twitter.
Yes, and then the Rob _CCH podcast on Instagram.
Follow us at Cult Classic Horror on Facebook, Instagram, at CC Horror on Twitter. Check us out at patreon.com/Cult Classic Horror if you want to support what we're doing. We really appreciate it. And yeah.
Heck yeah, guys. That'd be it.
So thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you next week.
Catch you for Cujo.
Don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Oh, yes. There will be blood.